What do you feel like you have left to prove to yourself?
I think my confidence. I want to keep my confidence at a very consistent level, and I don't want it to fluctuate from how I'm playing in the game. So I think just my mental is where I want to see myself grow a little more.
Today at training, you got emotional because you were frustrated.
Very much, yeah. I wasn't very happy with my performance last game, so I wanted to get in the gym just to get shots up, hopefully get my shot back. I think I'm my biggest critic, and I'm very hard on myself, and I want to see myself at the highest level. And I know I can do certain things, and if I'm not doing it in the game, I just get very hard on myself.
Can you talk about what makes her uniquely competitive?
You know, as you were sort of setting up the question, the thing that was in my mind even before you finished that separates Kennedy is just this care about winning. Kennedy, I think, has always been someone that just, like you said, is a dog, is a competitor, wants to win, has done more winning than almost anybody at this level. So that definitely is, you know, one of her kind of unique qualities and almost like her secret sauce, so to speak, beyond her skill.
When you think of Kennedy Smith, the first thing I think you think of is winner. She's one of the most winningest players in California state history. She has beaten everybody in California since her sophomore year. Multiple time state champ, section champ, MVP, one of the best players in the state, the country, and in the world now. What makes her super competitive is the edge that she plays with. There's a chip that she has when she represents her family, when she represents Anawana being a public school, when she represents like the kid that gets overlooked. I think for her first 2 years in the state of California, people are like, oh yeah, Kennedy's kind of good, but realize that no, she's elite. And I think that she's always played like that, and she's done a really good job of making it known that on any level and any court that she could play with the best of them.
Who is Kennedy Smith?
She is relentless. She does not stop.
Toughness. Unafraid of competition.
She brings tenacity and an edge to the game.
Fearless on the court and always comes at you.
Someone that just, like you said, is a dog, is a competitor.
Toughness, the dog, the resiliency.
Just an all-around dog, defense, offense.
How would you define dog?
A dog is a player that's gritty, always plays hard, plays on both ends of the floor, has an attitude and an ego about him, plays with a confidence that's like no other, and believes that they can play anybody on the floor at any time, any place, anywhere. That's a dog.
Kennedy's accolades include Freshman State Player of the Year, Sophomore State Player of the Year, and Junior State Player of the Year. Now she's a senior, so you can kind of see the pattern there. Oh, and by the way, straight A's, taking several honors and AP courses on our campus. And at this point, Kennedy is on track to be the Inland Empire's first McDonald's and Jordan Brand All-American. Her performance in the classroom and her performance on the court has afforded her with this opportunity. Please join me in recognizing Kennedy Smith and all she has accomplished as an Eagle.
Kennedy likes to play the game the right way. so with her being selfless, it's just part of the game. It's how the game is supposed to be played. If there's an extra pass that needs to be made, she's gonna pass the ball. Even though she's good, she doesn't want to be the one that's like, oh, I'm better than you, I need to take all the shots. If she sees other players that are open and it's the better pass, it's the better play, she's gonna pass the ball. And it's almost as if the basketball is a family member and she doesn't want anybody messing with her family member. She's gonna protect that family member at all costs.
Her greatness comes, I think, not from this sort of look at me aura, but more you're forced to look at her because of the things she does on the court, like the actionability, and that I think is a lot of what her character's about as well.
How valuable is her defense as far as the coaching staff's focus when recruiting her?
Yeah, when you watch Kennedy play, she can guard any position on the floor, 1 through 5. And I think that starts with the willingness to guard people 1 through 5. There's a lot of high school kids who do not want to take that challenge. She can guard the best player on the floor. She can guard a shooter. She can guard a post. She can guard a guard. And I think that she is one of the few players where she gets going by playing defense. She likes taking the ball from people. She likes getting stops. Then she gets her 20 points or 25 points after that. When you look at high school prospects, we always try to find things that are transferable to college. If you can play defense at elite level, that means as a freshman, you have a chance to be on the floor right away and play defense as well.
What made her special in our program is the fact that Etowanda was always known as a defensive-minded program, but she took that to a whole nother level, being able to play on the defensive end on all positions from 1 through 5. She had that ability to do that all the time, every game, it didn't matter. She took any assignment that was needed to help her team win a ball game.
One of the things that for her translates to the next level right away in a very elite way is her ability to defend. And actually, since she signed with us, we've seen her play a ton both in high school and all this all-star circuit. And we said in our group chat the other day, she's 2 steps ahead of everybody. She can guard the ball, she can switch, she can help somebody, she can help the helper. I mean, she is elite defensively, and that was a huge part of our conversation and kind of what your eyes are drawn to first. And that's not to take away from the fact that she can give you 30 or hit a big 3 or get to the rim, but I think her defensive tenacity and her defensive versatility is very much the modern player. I mean, you watch the NBA Finals, you talked about like a Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, and this idea that like they're hard to score on as well as being great players, like that's the mold that she's in.
How did you feel about the USC commitment?
I talked to her and I told her, I was like, you have to make the best decision for yourself. Take anybody else's opinion out of the equation and do what's best for you and what makes you happy. I told her that I don't have to play there. I don't have to be around the coaches. I don't have to be on campus. I don't have to take the classes. So you have to do what's best for you. And she picked USC, and I was very happy for her with her decision. She didn't have a bad choice. Any of those schools would have been great for her, but she only could pick one, and she picked the one that was best for her.
It seems like Kennedy's commitment was a particularly special one for you. Why would you say that is?
I'm excited. A little nervous.
You nervous?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know.
What are you gonna say when you walk in?
I'm gonna be like, I don't know. Like, hey y'all, I'm home.
Hi guys.
She's here. Surprise! I'm home. Do y'all like my sweatshirt? Yeah.
Did you orchestrate this whole thing?
Guess who walked in the door?
Kennedy Smith. Crier. Don't cry. Yeah.
So it's hard not to cry for me watching that again, but it's more you captured like the most special essence of it, which is it was so genuine and such joy and such emotion that you can't manufacture that.
Oh, stop playing! Oh!
What emotions come up for you watching that?
Gratitude, thankfulness, man. Like, I really appreciate this kid. Like, getting into the ability to recruit her and getting to know her and Monica very well. It was like, you know, almost became family.
Oh my gosh. Take it. What the heck?
Having watched
Oh, okay. I'm okay. Bruh. I remember talking to Juju like a couple of days before that. She was like, how are you feeling about the recruitment process? And da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, I'm really up in the air. I really don't know how I'm feeling. And at the time, I really didn't know. Hey, Jamie.
She's funny, bro.
What emotions does looking back on that day bring up for you?
Bro, I was just so excited and so surprised. I literally had no idea. And like I said in the video, I think she had text me like a couple of days before and was like, yeah, I don't know about SC. Like, so I was like, damn, like we lost her. I was literally telling my mom like, I don't think she gonna go, and we was sick about it. But then she just came in that day, and like you could see, I was just so hyped. So
why was Kennedy so important to this coaching staff?
Yeah, so when you look at like recruiting kids, we all have needs that you need to fill. And part of that is the things that the kids bring skill-wise. Part of that is the things they bring culturally. And part of that is just who that person is. And she checked all three boxes. So you could have, you know, gave me the number 1, 2, 3, whatever 4 player in the country, whoever may be on that list. And still Kennedy to us was above them. That's who we needed. That's the character that we wanted in our locker room. That's the winning mentality we wanted on our floor. That's the person we wanted in our community. Like, you don't find kids out the IE that are top ranked in the world. You have to keep those people home. You have to, I don't need to go to Pennsylvania to find a kid, or Florida. I have a kid right here who's just as good, or if not better than anybody in the country. And that's why it was special. Like, I love the fact that like, she's always bet on herself to win. Like, coming to SC wasn't something foreign for her because she's won everywhere she's been, and she's gonna win here too.
What are you going to miss most about coaching Kennedy?
The fire, the passion, the ability to perform at some of the highest moments, how the relationship she built with her teammates, the relationship she built with me. It wasn't easy, a lot of ups and downs, but more highs than anything. The respect that we had for one another to take this public school and take it to a level that nobody could ever imagine. She will always be missed because she took the game of basketball and took it to another level at the high school level. And she almost made herself a household name just because she was in that gym constantly working on the things that she wasn't good at to make herself a great basketball player. And she leaves here with the most accolades that you can ever see a high school player get. And she's still not even nowhere near has scratched the surface of where she's gonna be. She's helped this program grow into a national power, and she's because of her.
But anyway, Kenny got something to say.
Peace out.